Hey, good morning and welcome to this special edition of the Carl Jackson Show podcast on this Labor Day 2024. The date is September 2nd, 2024. Man, this year is starting to fly by. The election will be here before we know it. Okay, so let me get to what I'm going to talk about today. I got several topics that I'm going to get to, one that I'm going to focus on, but several that I want to opine on. First off, Israel has erupted in protest over the Israeli hostages that were killed. We have some video that we're going to play for you, and I'm going to explain to you, and actually with the help of a video from Alan Dershowitz as well, why that is completely stupid, and Israel is rooting for the wrong team. I know that I'm not there. I know that my family member is not being held hostage, but Israel is putting themselves in a precarious position by the way that they're protesting, or what they're protesting for, this ceasefire. It's nonsensical. It's stupid. All right. Israel should not be protesting for a ceasefire. Kamala Harris gets scolded by Gold Star families after she tried to scold former President Donald Trump, and it has backfired on her over the weekend. Also, we've got a video from Senator Tom Cotton calling Kristen Welker out for defending her on her Sunday morning program. San Francisco 49er, I believe he's a rookie wideout, was shot. He was robbed, or an assailant tried to rob him over a Rolex watch that he was wearing. This occurred in broad daylight. I believe he ended up being shot in the chest. Earlier reports was that he was shot in the arm. But what I'm seeing now is that he was shot in the chest, and you can see the video where he has part of his chest covered up. So we'll get to that. There's been no convention bounce, at least according to an ABC poll for Kamala Harris after the DNC convention. But guess who has gotten a bounce since her speech? Joe Biden. Joe Biden. That's not good news for Kamala Harris. Now, I'm not saying that Trump is going to win, but I'm saying that I believe the left thought that they could just pull the wool over everyone's eyes and make this a runaway campaign of some sort. And that isn't happening. It's still a close race, I believe. But if the Trump-Vance campaign can smoke Kamala out, if she finally does a real press conference, if she bombs at the debate, then it's not going to be good for Kamala Harris. But Trump has got to work on becoming likable. For Trump, it really isn't about the issues. I mean, obviously, the issue on abortion. Actually, some people on the left, for whatever reason, think Kamala Harris is doing better, depending on which poll you read on the economy, which is absolutely insane to me, given the fact that she's in office right now. So that tells me that Trump and Vance have to do a better job of saying, hey, you're in office. They have to keep pounding that. You're in office. Why aren't you doing that now? Why don't you do it now? You're in office. Why is the economy bad? You're in office. Why did you over-report nearly 1 million jobs? And also, finally, what we're going to get to and break down, are we reliving the George H.W. Bush and Bill Clinton campaign? All right, so we're going to get to that and more on this edition of the Carl Jackson Show podcast. Again, a special Labor Day edition. Today's show is brought to you in part by Priority Gold. Economists warn that massive tax hikes could devastate your IRA and your 401k account as the stock market braces for impact. With inflation on the rise and global uncertainty looming, it's clear why central banks and savvy Americans are turning to gold. In times like this, Proverbs 21:20 reminds us to preserve what we built. Right now, that wisdom points us towards gold. If you haven't had your eye on gold, it's time to make it a priority. My name is Carl Jackson, and I'm urging you to call my friends at Priority Gold to find out how they can help you diversify your savings with physical gold and silver. You can call 1-800-405-GOLD or visit PriorityGold.com/golden for a free gold info guide. Plus, see if you qualify for free shipping and storage. Act now to get your portfolio working for you while the market is golden. Call 1-800-405-GOLD to speak with a gold specialist or visit PriorityGold.com/golden to learn more. That's 1-800-405-GOLD. And also today's show is brought to you by MyPillow.com. Now, especially with Christmas and the holidays inching up on us, this is a good time to order early, especially while these deals are going on. So you've asked and MyPillow has listened. They're finally bringing you the most requested offer ever. Right now, you can get the queen size premium MyPillow for just $19.98. MyPillow is made with a patented adjustable feel. It adjusts to your exact individual needs, regardless of your sleep position. It helps keep your neck aligned and holds its shape all night long, so you get the best sleep of your life. But that's not all. You can get their 6-piece kitchen or bath towel sets for just $25. The brand new mattress topper for as low as $69.98, and their famous MyPillow bed sheets for as low as $25, and so much more. Go to mypillow.com or call 800-858-0263. Use the promo code Carl, por favor, to get huge discounts on all MyPillow products, including the premium queen size MyPillow for just $19.98. That's the lowest priced ever. Don't delay. Order today. Remember, use the promo code Carl, C-A-R-L. I don't spell it like the communists, at checkout. All right, guys, I want to first play you this video of this NFL player shot in San Francisco. And forgive me, I don't know why I forget his name, but I do. It's something Pearsall. And I got to be honest with you guys. I haven't watched. I've watched some NFL, but I've only watched it closer, as they're inching closer towards the Super Bowl. I protested the NFL for years. I don't watch the draft anymore. I used to look forward to watching the draft. I stopped watching that. I got frustrated when they got woke. But nonetheless, I do love, I love football, but anyway, I didn't know this gentleman's name. I do realize that it's Pearsall. That is his last name anyway. So let me see. I don't want to do him any injustice. Let me see if I can. Anyway, let's go ahead and roll it. Football player, NFL football player, wide receiver for the San Francisco 49ers rookie, was shot while an attempted robbery occurred. Apparently, he was wearing a Rolex. Someone saw that. The robber saw that. And this guy, listen, he's a football player. He's a man, real man. He's got some adrenaline. Thank God he's safe. Thank God he's alive. Guys, listen, I know I heard some ESPN analysts last night. I briefly turned to that, or actually Fox Sports, talking about, I can't believe people are making this political. You damn right this is political. Come on. Stop being so freaking naive. I'm glad the young man is all right. Pearsall, I know that's his last name. Forgive me, I don't know his first name. I'll have to check on that. But anyway, I'm glad he's all right. I'm glad he's going to be okay. Apparently, someone else was more critically injured. I'm not sure if that was the assailant or somebody else with him. But the guy's wearing a Rolex watch, and he gets robbed in Union Park. I'm guessing the guy didn't get the watch since they struggled over the gun. This guy gets shot again. Thank God he's going to be okay. I wish he had had a gun. That's the only thing I'd say. I wish that it was legal for him to carry in the state of California, especially when you're an NFL player wearing a Rolex in one of the most beautiful cities that used to exist. It's no longer that way. Everybody's packing up and leaving San Francisco. Not everyone, but obviously a lot of businesses have packed up to leave San Francisco. You had Kamala Harris and Gavin Newsom have turned the city of San Francisco, one of the most beautiful cities in the entire world, into a complete and utter basket case. So that's what you're witnessing there, that video that you just saw. So to that young man, I hope and pray that he will have a productive and great career. I pray that he stays safe. I'm thankful that he is safe and he's going to be okay. From all reports, I wish he would have I wish he was allowed to carry a firearm so he could have popped a cap in that other fool, and that way somebody else doesn't have to worry about being robbed later. All right, because that's what's going to happen. That guy's going to be let out, and he's going to cause more chaos because they're pretty soft on crime when it comes to that. All right, now let me get to the. I want to get to these Gold Star families. I already forget which video is first here, Gabe, but let me just look at my list. And guys, forgive me because I was putting this together with the help of Gabe. Okay. All right. And I'm looking at the wrong message. Ricky Pearsall, by the way, is the name of the 49ers, 49er guy. So I'm glad he is okay. All right. Now I'm looking at the wrong list. The last is first. Is that what you said with the okay, so that would be Tom Cotton, Senator Tom Cotton, I believe. just go ahead and play what you have with that. I'll just react to it. You guys forgive me. We put this together on the fly this morning because somebody didn't give us a cut sheet, probably because it's Labor Day. I won't tell anybody Tony's name, Gabe. So we threw this together on the fly. So forgive me. We're piecing it together, and now I can't even find the videos that I sent to Gabe. So let's just go ahead and play the first one. Whatever I said earlier, Gabe. I apologize.
Bottom line, though, I guess, Senator, is it ever
Senator
appropriate to make campaign content at military grave sites?
He didn't take campaign photos there. These families, Gold Star families, whose children died because of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris's incompetence.
All right, let's pause there real quick, Gabe.
To the cemetery.
Let me set the scene now that I know what's going on. So this is Senator Tom Cotton on Meet the Press with Kristen Welker. And here's the controversy that broke out, right? That what the left is, it's actually not a controversy, excuse me. The left wants to make it a controversy, pretend, because they don't have any policies to run on. So their goal is to make voters hate Donald Trump as much as possible. That's the whole campaign play. Kamala Harris stinks, and the left knows it. The Democrat Party knows it. I've got some evidence and some news that I'll share with you in just a second. They all know that Kamala Harris stinks. They're starting to realize that Tim Walz was a big mistake, her picking him. But obviously, that was one of her first acts, besides stealing the nomination, that proves that she's unfit to serve as president of the United States. So what we're seeing now, Gold Star families, the 13 young the servicemen and women that were killed in Afghanistan in August of 2021, because Kamala Harris and Joe Biden wanted a photo op for 9/11. And so they rushed basically the retreat and surrender out of Afghanistan, causing 13 service people to be killed. President Trump last weekend was at Arlington National Cemetery laying a wreath on behalf of those 13 Gold Star families. They personally asked them, or many of the families personally asked former President Trump if his team would take pictures and video for them on their behalf. He did it. Apparently, you're not supposed to do that, but President Trump was listening to the people, and President Trump was listening to the people, so his campaign did that for the family members. Kamala Harris says she came out with an ex post. Oh, how dare he does it. He's politicizing this. I would never do this. And the families basically go off on her because Kamala Harris never got a call these families never got a call from Joe Biden. They never got a call from Kamala Harris. And then you had Kristen Welker that lied on Meet the Press so ardently trying to defend her boss, Kamala Harris, in part. Yes, they're all aligned. So trying to defend Kamala Harris, that she slips up big time and says that Kamala Harris was there to receive the bodies when they came home at Dover Air Force Base, and nothing could be further from the truth. Kamala Harris never even showed up. So that's the scene that I'm setting here. So we're going to be talking about the Gold Star families for just a few minutes and a couple other clips that we're going to show you after this. But this is Kristen Welker. This is how much Meet the Press, MSNBC, CNN, all of these guys, the mainstream media, are completely in the tank for Kamala Harris, for the Democrat Party, just because they hate Trump so much. They're unwilling to give you the truth. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and start that video over if we could, Gabe, now that I've given a little more context for it. This is Senator Tom Cotton on Meet the Press with Kristen Welker.
Bottom line, though, I guess, Senator, is it ever appropriate to make campaign content at military grave sites?
He didn't take campaign photos there. These families, Gold Star families, whose children died because of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris's incompetence, invited him to the cemetery. And they asked him to take those photos because, as they told me yesterday when I spoke to Kelly Barnett and Darren Hoover, the parents of Taylor Hoover, who has Arkansas ties, they don't get to go to the beach on Labor Day. They don't get to have barbecues. This is their one chance to have a memory of their children, to commemorate their service and to honor their sacrifice. They wanted President Trump there. They wanted to take those photos. You know who the families also invited? Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Where were they? Joe Biden was sitting at a beach. Kamala Harris was sitting at her mansion in Washington, D.C. She was 4 miles away. 10 minutes. She could have gone to the cemetery and honored the sacrifice of those young men and women. But she hasn't. She never has spoken to them or taken a meeting with them.
Well, they did meet with them during the dignified transfer.
Because of
they were with them at the dignified transfer.
Her and Joe Biden's incompetence, those 13 Americans were killed in Afghanistan.
Lie or the slip up. They were with them at the dignified transfer, meaning when the bodies came home from Afghanistan at Dover Air Force Base, both Kamala Harris and Joe Biden were there to greet them. If you remember, Joe Biden got in a bunch of trouble because he was looking at his watch